Welcome to Acterra's 50th anniversary virtual celebration. My name is Lauren Weston. I'm Acterra's Executive Director, and I'm thrilled to be welcoming you this evening into my home. And I also know that you're probably joining us from your own homes, so thank you so much for taking the time and energy to spend your Saturday evening learning more about our programs and the impact we've had these last 50 years. This is a very complicated and confusing and often scary time that we're all going through as we shelter in place. We can't thank you enough for your continued support as we all go through this together. I also want to say we have some exciting news to share, but before I do that, I want to thank all of the dedicated supporters we've had over the years that have brought us to this moment. Firstly, I want to thank our development committee headed by Barb Ernie, our development chair. This has been a very interesting transition from an in-person event to a virtual event, considering the circumstances in particular, and Barb has helped guide us through that these last few weeks. I also want to thank our host committee, which is a longtime group of donors and supporters and volunteers and board members who year over year support our annual party. It's been Party for the Planet, and now we're celebrating 50 years because of this group of people. You'll see their names listed in the program. I also want to thank our recruitment committee, which is an ad hoc committee that we started this year because in celebrating 50 years, we knew to do it right, we needed to go back through 50 years of programming and make sure that everyone who attended and participated and loved Acterra was welcomed and celebrated at this event. The recruitment committee allowed us to invite generations of program participants, and we're hoping they all join us this evening from their own living rooms. Lastly, I want to thank our sponsors who, through this transition, stuck with us. That is a testament to their community mindedness, it's a testament to their generosity, and it's a testament to our continued partnership. I want to thank Peninsula Clean Energy, County Supervisor Joe Simidian, Valley Water, Rethink Waste, San Jose Water, Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Sunnyvale, and Service by Medallion. Thank you so much for your continued support. Again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. As a quick review of our agenda, we're going to be doing our first ever Lifetime Achievement Award in honor of Jerry Hearn. That will be presented by Suds Jane, Acterra's board president. Then we'll be doing submitted shout outs from our community, which I'm really excited about, tributes for our community members. We'll be reviewing our strategic plan, the high-level initiatives that have come out of 6 months worth of planning. We'll be reviewing our 50th anniversary video, showcasing 50 years of our history. We'll be having a quick moment for our Fund a Future, which will be linked to our website, which you can review at your leisure. We'll be having a quick summary of our Business Environmental Awards that we'll be celebrating in May. And then we get to dance. We will have such a lovely end to this evening. Thank you so much again.
Hello, I'm Suds Jane. I'm the current board chair of Acterra. I became involved with Acterra since before 2005 when I was in the pioneering class of the Be the Change Environmental Leadership Program. I'm now in my 8th year on the board and have had the pleasure of serving along with Jerry Hearn. Jerry grew up in the Palo Alto, Los Altos area, attending Los Altos High School and Stanford University. After graduating cum laude from Stanford with double degrees in anthropology and honors in humanities, he was awarded a grant from the German government to do graduate work at the Free University in Berlin. Returning from abroad in the Vietnam era, Jerry applied for and was granted conscientious objector status. To fulfill his alternative service obligations as a CO, Jerry began working at the Peninsula School in Menlo Park in 1969. He has been associated with the school ever since. As a teacher, program developer, member of the board of directors for multiple terms, and currently a trustee of the school's endowment and trust fund. Jerry's example of service and leadership for environmental groups is impressive. With the Sierra Club, Jerry served on the Environmental Education Committee and the Youth in Wilderness Advisory Board. He was also chair of the Youth Task Force. Locally, he has served on the boards of the Peninsula Conservation Center Foundation and Environmental Volunteers. Jerry is a founding member of the San Francisco Watershed Council and was instrumental in establishing its native plant nursery. He also served as co-chair of the Searsville Advisory Group, advising Stanford University as to the future of Searsville Dam. He was active in Bay Area action and served as Acterra's first board chair when BAA merged with the Peninsula Conservation Center Foundation. Most recently, he helped Acterra's stewardship program establish its identity as Grassroots Ecology, where he continues to serve on the board and as vice chair. On the county level, Jerry was a founding member and past chair of San Mateo County Fish and Wildlife Advisory Committee. He has also been a member of several committees advising the Parks and Rec Department and is a citizen representative to the Santa Clara County Community Resource Group that monitors Stanford's general use permit activities. He also serves as a docent at Stanford's Jasper Ridge Biological Preserve and serves on its coordinating committee. Suffice it to say, Jerry is not someone who takes lightly his responsibility to protect and steward the environment and to ensure a thriving, healthy planet for future generations. He illustrates integrity, resourcefulness, courage, teamwork, and persistence. Congratulations, Jerry, on receiving the Acterra Lifetime Achievement Award. Couldn't happen to a nicer or more deserving person. The Acterra Lifetime Achievement Award honors outstanding leaders who have made significant contributions to the advancement of sustainability in the Bay Area over their lifetimes. They represent the brightest and most compassionate minds in the field of sustainability. The Lifetime Achievement Award is the highest honor bestowed upon an individual by Acterra. Thank you.
And now for the reveal, Acterra's 3-year strategic plan. Acterra has focused its efforts on the most urgent issue of our time, climate change. We promote and support electrification, energy efficiency and renewable energy, transportation innovation, food sustainability, resilience and adaptation in the context of empowering underserved and marginalized communities, and sustainable business practices in our region. We collaborate with community partner organizations as well as local and regional governments to effect change. Over the last 6 months, Acterra put tremendous effort in determining the statistics, trends, and research about the environment in which we operate, both internal and external. We now know we need to strengthen current or add new programs and services because of valuable community input. We began the work of navigating a reallocation of resources by eliminating programs with low to no measurable impact and activities to help finance new areas with greater expectation on outcomes. We've also leveraged equitable practices as the core to our work throughout the planning process, in how we design programs and how we work with partners. This equity component is built into the fabric of our strategic plan and informs many of its outcomes. As you can see from our theory of change, our long-term goal is to significantly reduce the carbon footprint and the impact of climate change on Bay Area communities by making climate action the norm throughout the region. To thoughtfully and efficiently grow our programs to reach communities across the Bay Area, Acterra will need an influx of unrestricted donor dollars that supports the hiring of key program staff. Through the reallocation of current financial resources, we were able to add our Community Engagement Associate position that started this March, as well as 3 Climate Corps fellowships that would begin in spring and fall of 2020. Those positions include mission and strategic plan aligned hires in beneficial electrification, policy, and youth education. Although our strategic initiatives span operations, data analysis, and programming, our focus tonight is on three key programmatic initiatives: food, beneficial electrification, and the evolution of long-standing Acterra programs. Initiative 1, Healthy Plate, Healthy Planet, a food opportunity. Acterra will expand services into specialized enrichment via food. This will be visible in two main ways. 1, advocating for a plant-rich diet, and 2, reducing food waste. Acterra food programming will consist of youth education, Silicon Valley Green Team Network, partnerships, pledging, an online resource library, as well as continuing education support for food professionals. Our STEM curriculum for students provides youth with practical, real-world content in science, technology, engineering, and math, all while having fun. These classes are focused on bringing climate change curriculum into underserved schools with a focus on food and the science of moving to plant-based diets. Food programming will also include an annual conference dedicated to food professionals, of which the goal is to educate and empower San Francisco Bay Area food service professionals and cooking enthusiasts to take action in reducing their carbon footprint by increasing plant-forward menu options, sourcing sustainably, and reducing food and packaging waste. Acterra will actively participate in ongoing policy work with local cities and counties, as well as promote pledges to track the Acterra food movement. Initiative 2, Beneficial Electrification for All. In addition to core programs, Acterra will expand services into specialized enrichment via beneficial electrification. The goal of BE work within Acterra is to replace all fossil fuel devices with BE devices in home and commercial properties. We are combating an urgent timeline and will be focusing on the geographic areas aligned through the passing of recent REACH codes. We will do this through advocating for appropriate building codes, local ordinances, inclusive financing, incentives, and local education. Programmatically, Acterra will be working with local cities on EV infrastructure and adoption, collecting end-of-life data for our constituents, and electrification education for decision makers. Initiative 3, Reallocation of resources and the evolution of programs. Acterra is reallocating our resources by eliminating or evolving current program components, including the sunsetting of EV ride and drives and the merger of our business environmental awards into our annual Party for the Planet. This reallocation of resources is allowing us to remove large line items from the expense budget, reduce staff time, and focus our efforts on the higher returns of program impact. For more details about our strategic plan, please visit our website as new information is going live regularly. I will also be holding a town hall meeting in mid-April to answer any questions you may have about our work in the near future. I'm incredibly excited about this direction for Acterra, and I can't wait for you to join us on this journey. Thank you so much for your continued support. We would now like to showcase our 50th anniversary video in celebration of all the work everyone, volunteers and staff and board and supporters have put into 50 years of service. Enjoy.
Well, Acterra was created by a merger of Peninsula Conservation Center Foundation and Bay Area Action. There was really a need for educating the community about things like wetlands preservation. People really didn't understand that the wetlands are our rainforest. So people didn't really understand the majesty of all this.
Acterra is extremely focused on climate change. We're trying to be laser focused on two different areas. One is electrification and one is food, so that we can message that better and we can focus our energies in those areas. We teach people about using more energy efficient light bulbs and appliances, their food choices so that they can reduce their carbon footprint.
switch to only compostable to go where. You could switch to only reusable to go where.
You can't be around this long without taking a stand for what you believe in, and I think we have found our tribe because we have been able to speak to the things that are important to us and to this planet.
We added 4 10 kW wind turbines on the property. This environmental project really exemplifies what Pittsburgh Unified School District and our sustainability efforts are all about.
I first met representatives from Acterra several years ago, talking about all of the virtues of having an electric vehicle. Ariane said it was a life-changing experience, and I wondered, life-changing? How? And so I have found out for myself what a life-changing experience an electrical vehicle can be.
Acterra has a very wide reach into the very many communities that we have in the area. So we do a lot of public outreach. We really talk to people about the energy efficiency of these new appliances, as well as being more energy efficient at home.
We can make a difference, especially when we act together, collectively, to make a difference. And I think Acterra is pretty good at that.
Action is the antidote for despair. So we want to help people take actions so that they don't feel despair about this climate crisis that we're in.
Acterra has brought people in my community together to solve the problem of climate change by first reaching out to them and showing them that climate change is real and it's in our backyard, and with things like interactive maps and holding public meetings.
The website.
And more people are becoming community activists. There needs to be someone to have that voice to make positive change.
All power to Acterra and the work that it's doing to literally and figuratively save the planet.
That's such a wonderful way to depict the heart and community of Acterra. We're so grateful to have had the opportunity to film our community supporters and partners. It's also a good segue into our Fund a Future. We need your help to bring communities together to create local solutions to protect our planet. Our work will focus on our new strategic initiatives in food, beneficial electrification, youth education, and the honing of traditional programs to ensure greater impact. When you support Acterra, you support our region, our world, and our collective future. How it works. We have no auctioneer, and our focus this evening is on celebrating our 50-year history. Our Fund a Future is live on our website. Please see the link. If you feel moved to do so, please make a tax-deductible gift via our online giving portal. There are various levels attached to program outcomes, and every donation matters. Please choose the level that resonates most with you. We are so grateful for your continued support.
Hello everyone. This is Danielle Flanagan, the Business Partnerships for Sustainability Manager here at Acterra. A quick thank you to everyone that applied for our 30th anniversary 2020 Business Environmental Awards. We had some incredible candidates this year. Congratulations to our 2020 Acterra Business Environmental Award recipients. I'm going to take this moment to highlight our winners, but please be sure to check in for our latest news and information. For our environmental innovation category, we have 2 recipient projects. In the nonprofit category, we have Joint Venture Silicon Valley and Loaves and Fishes Family Kitchen for their a la carte project. In the for-profit category, we have FreeWire Technologies. For an environmental project category, our award recipients are Marine Clean Energy, City of Richmond, and Richmond Build for the Marine Clean Energy Solar One project. And our Spare the Air Leadership Award, sponsored by the Bay Area Air Quality Management District, our recipient is Central Concrete Supply Co. In the Sustainable Built Environment Award category, we have 3 recipient projects. For large project, we have Google, Parabola Architecture, Point Energy Innovations, and DevCon Construction, Inc. for their 1212 Bordeaux Sunnyvale project. For our medium project, we have City of Berkeley, Marcy Wongdong Logan Architects, and International Parking Design Inc. for their Center Street parking garage in Berkeley. For our small project, we have Untitled Architects and the Natural Grocery Company for their El Cerrito Natural Grocery Annex. And last, but definitely not least, our most rigorous award, the Acterra Award for Sustainability, goes to WRNS Studio, a mid-sized architecture and planning firm. Congratulations again, and thank you for all of your submissions this year.
Thank you again to everyone that is currently celebrating Acterra's 50th anniversary with us tonight. It means a whole lot to our entire organization to have you here in attendance. My name is Robbie Brown, and I'm the Community Engagement Associate with Acterra. Before we kick off our awesome dance party tonight, there are two things I want to address. The first one being that we are currently recruiting for our founding group of members for Acterra's Young Professionals Committee. If this is something that you might be interested in or you would like to learn more about, please go to our website at acterra.org/young-professionals. The second thing that I would like to address is that, as we all know, Acterra is all about the community. However, given the current situation going on in the world right now, this is a very difficult time for all of us. Moving forward, Acterra will continue to find unique, engaging, and fun ways for all of us to come together. That is why we felt it was best to host a virtual dance party, to find a way for all of us to connect in an uplifting way. Once the music starts, please feel free to join us. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your evening.